It's Thor 8:01 right now on this Wednesday morning. Vancouver Police are looking for a woman in connection with an attack against a senior on the city's east side. The woman in her late 60s was walking home along East 2nd Avenue near McLean Drive yesterday afternoon. Investigators say she was approached from behind by a female who tried to steal her purse. There was a short struggle. She ended up getting stabbed in the face. The woman was able to run home and was then taken to hospital for treatment. Police searched the area, but they haven't had any luck in tracking down the suspect. The BC SPCA says an Armstrong man has received the province's longest prison punishment related to animal cruelty. Gary Roberts was given a 9-month jail sentence after breaching his sentencing conditions. Last December, he was found guilty of 2 counts of animal cruelty after 16 emaciated horses were seized from his property. 3 of the horses had to be put down because they were in such poor condition. Roberts was initially sentenced to a 20-year prohibition on owning animals, 4 months of house arrest, and a 9-month conditional sentence. After he violated those conditions, he was rearrested.
This is a significant sentence, and I think it's a message that's being sent out there that cruelty to animals is not acceptable. It's not socially acceptable, it's not legally acceptable, it's not morally acceptable.
Where is the social housing? That question continues to be asked by advocates on Vancouver's downtown east side. About 100 people gathered at Victory Square to bring awareness to the issue. They say a site just up the street near Hastings and Abbott was promised last summer. The homes were supposed to be 100% welfare or pension rate housing controlled by the community. The group Our Homes Can't Wait says the City of Vancouver is proposing to rezone the site with only half of the units for affordable or low-income people. The lot at 58 West Hastings has been the long-term focus of a demand for social housing on the downtown east side.
We're not willing to settle for 90% social housing or 75%. We want absolutely 100% social housing at welfare pension rates because, again, like it's needed. It's a crisis that we're having. People are dying and we need it immediately.
Britain's House of Commons has voted in favor of Prime Minister Theresa May's call for an early election. Today's decision sends voters to the polls on June 8th, 3 years ahead of schedule. May is hoping for a bigger majority in Parliament, which she believes will strengthen her position going into talks to pull the country out of the European Union. May's Conservatives currently hold more than half of the seats in the House of Commons. Well, there are less than 3 weeks to go until Election Day. BC's 3 main party leaders are doing their homework and preparing to square off in the only radio leadership debate of the election campaign. You'll be able to see it live right here on City tomorrow morning. Here's what else they're up to today. Liberal leader Christy Clark will be in Surrey this morning. The NDP's John Horgan will be campaigning in communities across Metro Vancouver today with a number of education announcements on his agenda. Green leader Andrew Weaver is in Kamloops this afternoon where he'll meet with candidates and supporters. Christy Clark was up north in Fort St. John yesterday focusing on the Site C Dam. She promised the nearly $9 billion project will bring stable jobs to the region and create clean energy to fuel the province's growth. The controversial project is a key issue dividing the 3 main parties.
And it means thousands of jobs in the future as Site C gets underway and gets done over the next 10 years. And when Fort St. John thrives, so does Inland Concrete. So does their workforce, which could double because of the work at Site C. And that is more money in the pockets of working people. And it means that new families will come to the piece. It means they'll buy homes. It means people will build homes.
NDP leader John Horgan is promising to create 96,000 jobs and expand apprenticeship and trades training if his party is elected. He also announced he would create a new community partnership fund to upgrade and build community spaces like sports facilities and senior centres. Meantime, Horgan insists the Site C Dam should be reviewed by the BC Utilities Commission, even though work on the dam is already well underway.
I think the public, who have seen their hydro rates go up 87% over the past 16 years, have every right to understand from a third party, the Utilities Commission, whether this is a good project or not. That's the commitment we've made, and that's what we're going to do.
An interesting tactic on the campaign trail. It appears as though supporters of the BC Liberals have been using a truck to follow the NDP's tour bus at some of its campaign events. The truck is heavily logoed, taking aim at John Horgan, his policies and campaign financing, but the NDP leader isn't letting it bother him.
We're committed to making sure life is more affordable. We're committed to making sure services are there for people, and we want to grow the economy to work for everybody. If the BC Liberals want to hire people to drive around in a truck following me, at least they gave someone a job.
Meanwhile, the deadline is passed for candidates to register for the May 9th election. The Green Party has missed its target of running a candidate in all 87 ridings across the province. The Greens have 80 candidates officially approved and are waiting to hear back on the eligibility of up to 3 more. Christy Clark, John Horgan, and Andrew Weaver will be taking part in the News 1130 radio leadership debate tomorrow morning. The 90-minute conversation is commercial-free and will be moderated by Bill Good. You can watch it live on City tomorrow morning.